Hi, it's Erin and Simon with Assets and Arbitrage. Bonus show for the week.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we are here on a Friday, a very, very good Friday, and we have some good information to give you and some good news as well heading into the weekend. We're going to go over some very key important things that we wanted to get to you earlier in the day, so that you could keep an eye on it because what we are speaking of has already happened and passed. But it worked out because we could show you exactly what happened and why it happened. So that's going to be a good thing. We're gonna break out some charts today. I'm not big on breaking out charts because other people do it and they do it very well. So I just stay in my lane. But sometimes you got to break out a chart just to show people, what is happening. And then we're not going to get too deep. I'm not going over candlesticks. Like I said, it'll be your basic line chart so that you can kind of just see what I am speaking of. And it's very easy to see. You don't have to chart this thing out, but it's something that people should know about. And we're going to go in depth about a couple of things. But like Erin, my beautiful wife, she likes to let people get into the room. So you have anything you want to on your mind or get it off your chest or
I
something?
think the reminders are they're warranted now. Not that they weren't before, but
What's up, cousin?
hi, Will. Thank you so much for joining us. Um,
Which reminders?
stacking, stacking,
Oh,
stacking.
my bad. Keep on stacking, stacking, stacking. Stacking your Satoshi, stacking your ounces, and stacking anything else that you may be stacking. Shout out to the big homie Ricardo Hamilton. Be stacking, I guess, kilo bars. If you big dogging it, if you watch it, Ricardo, come on now. If you
let's
big dog, what's up,
let's
big
let's
dog?
use precision of language. Stack your kilo silver bars, because if you stack in other kilo bars, it can land you under the jail.
Yeah.
So let us be very specific
Mm.
in how you should be
My bad. I ain't want to put that on you,
stacking.
Ricardo. Stacking a kilo of silver.
Silver. There we go.
There you go. My man Ricardo got keys, but not them kind of keys. So shout out to Ricardo Hamilton, man. He's a friend of the show.
Keys to silver.
Yeah.
So,
But we're gonna get into it. What else you said? A reminder? You said something else?
I don't know. I feel like we used to give a reminder about something we don't anymore.
Is that true?
It's eluding us every show.
I don't know. Aaron right here, she gives you the reminder, stay hydrated, especially in these upcoming months when it's gonna start getting warmer. We out there working out,
It's hot.
hitting the track, hitting the weights, trying to look good, get our summertime body together, right? Get your Thor arms if you can get them. All right. So yeah, you stay hydrated. Stay hydrated out here. But I'm trying to think. It's Friday. It's been a low key day. I think we talked about some news the other day. Some of the news I read today, if it's even interesting, is about some of the BRICS nations looking. I'm sorry. Look, some of the European nations looking to join BRICS nations. And that's interesting because as you've seen it set up and unfold, BRICS nations, you know who they are: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are the main BRICS nations. And it was diametrically opposed to the European Union. So, the European Union had their own way that they were going to go about things. BRIC nations want to go about things another way. But now you see some of these nations that are in the European Union starting to look over to BRICS nations because they see that's where the power and everything's going. Peace, family. What's up, man? Ward up, Inc. Yeah. Marv, what's up, man? Peace, peace, peace. And so, it is. Let me pull it up. Let me pull the actual article up just so we can. No, it's a new article just populated earlier. And so, and that's important because that means if nations are pulling out of the European Union, and I don't necessarily know if you got to pull out the EU to join BRICS, but then you may be antagonizing other nations in the EU. So let's see right here. They want to join the alliance in 2024, y'all. So this is the story. Let's see. Let's go. It's called WatcherGuru.net. and that's a pretty. I like their articles, and they're pretty. I vet them out, and they're pretty well. They pretty well give you the good information. So it is set to continue expansion this year, and a plethora of European countries are seeking to join the collective in 2024. Indeed, reports have suggested that several European nations are seeking consideration for expansion invitation in the upcoming summit. I see. Okay, so BRICS is going to have a summit. You have to apply to be into the BRICS Nation collective because there's certain things you have to go by, you have to abide by. So let's see if we get deep in the article because I feel like they won't name the countries, and I get it. So boom, 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 boom. So BRICS bloc saw president receive a reception from European nations. Subsequently, it affirms previous reports that Europe's potential place in an expanded alliance. And so we'll go a little further with this. People get in the room, and then we can hit the real news of the day. For the last year, BRICS alliance has been the most important geopolitical force. It has led to continued global shift away from the U.S. dollar, hindering increased prominence of Western nations over the global minority. Man, let's do that again. So it is hindering increased prominence of Western nations over the global minority. And moreover, it has sought to grow its membership base to include more nations seeking a multipolar world. Oh boy, yeah, anything in there? There's a lot. So,
let me read it.
No, I got it. I like this background better. With the collective 2024 summit fast approaching, the idea of expansion continues to be discussed. The bloc has affirmed the increasing likelihood that more nations will be invited. Moreover, Europe has implemented its renewed internet as it seeks participation. So, I don't know. They're not really saying what nations, and they might be keeping a lid on that, but that's okay. But what you do know is that BRICS is expanding, and like I say, this is an act of war against the United States. Everybody is signing up with the BRICS and being an ally to get rid of the U.S. dollar. And what does that do? If the U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, and they're trying to take down the world's reserve currency, it also will take down the nation itself if you can destabilize the dollar down to zero, where most currencies go. They go down to zero. The U.S. dollar has lasted more than most. I think the average, if you over time, is a little bit over 47 years. So U.S. dollar is past that, but it's down 98.5% since when? 1912? Fact check me on that, y'all. 1912.
It's 1917. I thought they did.
Okay. Okay. So that's important, y'all. So it's important to keep your eye on the BRICS and what BRICS is doing, what nations BRICS are bringing in and talking to, and understanding where you sit in your nation and the currency that you use and hold. So that's why you have to have your currency diversified somewhere other than the U.S. dollar, savings accounts, cash in the house, all that stuff. I agree with having cash on hand for emergencies, for things happen because of quote unquote. You see them COVID bank runs, and then now when you want to go get your $2,500, they acting like, oh man, come back in 2 weeks. It was a big thing up there in Long Island.
Yeah, but they were trying to take out 30, 50.
Yeah, they're taking out racks on them. So yeah. So that's that. Keep an eye on BRICS nations. If you can, you get a chance once or twice a week. Just type in BRICS in your search and see what's going on with BRICS and the moves they're making, because that also will help your investment strategy, because you can know, okay, where do I go? What do I move my money into? Where should I be investing? We're not financial advisors, but as a macro level, and you see BRICS doing a lot of things and a lot of things. And let's be honest, BRICS, we're talking about China for the most part. China, for the most part, is making these moves. Mm-hmm. So China being backed by Russia. this is who really making the moves. You know, India, they cool. South Africa, they cool, and Brazil is cool. It's China and Russia. So keep an eye on BRICS. BRICS is very important for your portfolio and for your investing moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I did you a read some people pop in?
No,
Or
they
not?
just said, "Hey, cousins."
Okay, what's up, cousins?
Hello,
Shout them
Nerd
out.
Up Inc. Hey, Crit Work.
All right.
And we got 25 cousins in the room, so we can get to the meat and the potatoes.
So yes, we want to talk about what today was, and today was, and still is a double witching Friday.
Yeah, but the market's closed.
Yeah, the market's closed. So we're gonna go over what the double witching Friday is, and then we're gonna show some charts, and you can see the effect of a double witching Friday. All right, so let's get into it, people. Double witching Fridays.
Let me do something a little bit different, cousins.
Yes. What is that?
I just think that.
Oh, that's a little bright. Are you able to share the screen?
Yeah, I think sharing the screen is different, but let me just grab. What do you have that on?
Oh, this is on Investopedia.com, but I can read it.
No, but wait, I want them to be able to see it.
Okay, they can see it while I read. Cool.
You said Investopedia?
Yeah, all you gotta do is pull up Double Witching Friday and it'll pop up. It'd be like one of the first to populate.
But open it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the same one I got.
Okay, I can't stand all these freaking ads.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, y'all.
So let's
I just
do
want to
it.
see because it was really small the other day. And
Can you tell? I can't even tell.
do it on there. I need to just see
No.
what they're saying on here.
Oh, okay. So double witching, what it is and how it works, family. We're going to go into it. So what is a double witching? Double witching refers to the expiration on the same day of option contracts for single stocks and equity indexes. Okay. Double witching takes place on the third Friday of each month, except for March, June, September, and December. And during those months, March, June, September, and December, during those months, index futures also expire on the third Friday. Index futures. So remember that, turning the occasion into a triple witching, right? So a triple witching is when the contracts, you have 3 contracts that expire on Friday. So what does that even mean? So here's the key takeaways of that. Double witching occurs when 2 different categories of option contracts for stocks and stocks indexes expire on the same day. It occurs every third Friday of each month, except for March, June, September, December, which are triple witchings, where you have the index, right? Option expire as well. So double witchings can result in increased trading volume at the market open as a result of index option expirations and the final hour of trading ahead of expiration of stock options. So you understand that, right? Expiration of stock options. And you know what happens, 86% of stock options expire worthless, by the way. So that's why I'm never a big fan of trading options. You can make a lot of money off of it, but it's very hard. It's very hard to do. It takes a lot of skill. And these are people who are working at trading desks, large corporations. What are you talking about? Charles Schwab and these banks like that, Goldman Sachs. So they have trading desks, and just as J.P. Morgan Chase and whatnot. Okay, so let me see what else we got in here, family. Because of increased volume, the other options they're liquidated. The stock option position or liquidating, hedging the expiring contracts. What does that mean? So people will hedge. You might buy an option in the plus for something like Apple, for say, right? And you may hedge by buying some in the negative as far as seeing price going down, decline as price going up. You will hedge and see if you can make some money in the middle. That's what makes options very, very tricky. So So triple witching Fridays, double witching Fridays boost trading volume at the market open. Throughout the bump, it's not nearly as large as the end of the day, right? So let's get into that. Let's get into that. Let me see if double witching versus triple witching. You just had that third option expiry on that Friday. So what this means, just keep your eye out on a double witching Friday and your investments. So today, what we saw on a double witching Friday for all our silver investors, we saw a huge bump in the silver price. Close of business, it was $31.72. And that's big because silver has hard resistance at $30. $30 and some change. I'm not for sure about the exact number, but it's been there and it's been rejected. Now, you remember we did a show a few weeks ago, and I showed you the charts at how silver was rejected at the $30 mark and a huge sell off right at the end of business on a Friday. Remember we seen that? And as my good friend Andy Scheckman would say, in a thinly traded market on a Friday. And it was a hard sell off all the way down to $27 and I believe 82 cents. And so today, what we saw the exact opposite. So let's go to our charts on AppMax. Let's look at these charts, y'all. Look at that. So gold, you see gold is up over 2,400. Pretty good up over 2,400. Silver's 31.73, up 6% today. And for those who invest in silver, you know that's a huge move for silver. Silver doesn't move like that, yes. Right? It's not. I mean, all of us are trading Bitcoin and maybe alternate coins, and so you know, in our mind, 6% not nothing on that side, but on this side of the game, silver doesn't move like that. Okay, you see, platinum is up 2.22%. Okay,
2.22%,
and palladium's up 1.46. Okay, that's good. So let's jump into the silver chart then. Let's do it. Look at this chart, y'all. It's beautiful.
You let your tech assistant do it.
Okay.
You be messing up stuff.
All right, so look at this chart.
Now, do you want it on the 1 week chart?
Look at it. You see that today? We're kind of riding right around 29. Resistance is 30 and some change, and then you see right here. Look at the timestamp though. You see right here. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that walk up. Look at that walk up. So we're gonna do a 1 day chart. Let's do a 1 day chart. Let's do a 24-hour chart. Sometimes these charts. There we go. So you see that, and then bam, bam, and bam. You see it the last hour. Look at that spike at the last hour because people will have to sell their options off, and because they're going to expire. And if you don't sell them, they'll just expire worthless, right? And let's check. So keep an eye on this chart. Bang. Let's look at the gold chart because it looks similar.
You gotta click view details.
It looks similar to me, just by eyeballing it. Look at that.
It's not as mountainous.
Yeah, and gold won't move like that. But here you go. Here you go. So we're Friday. It's Friday right here. And then 1:30, 3:15, 3:15. And then boom, starting to pop off, bang. End of the day, look at that. That's gold. Very similar chart, very similar movement, as you can tell. And just by eyeballing these charts, they kind of all look the same. Platinum, palladium, they look the same. So that's great. That's great for us, us investors in precious metals. And you can see that chart. So thank you for a double witching Friday. We made some money on our investments. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this USD to MXN chart. And I use the Mexican peso because we use it, and it's a good reference to see how the USD does.
So you want to do the dollar to peso chart?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the one. All right. Smaller chart. They don't really let you make it larger, so we'll just go with this.
Now, when we started this morning, this was 1670, I think.
So this is I don't know. This is give me a 1 month chart. Look at the 1 day chart on this, y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it started at 1670 today. I'm not crazy.
And look where it finished. But look at the action. Look at the price action.
Yeah.
And so what I like to tell you is when your precious metals go up, it's an inverse correlation to your fiat currency, the US dollar. And you can see how precious metals spiked into the close because people were selling off their options. Well, you see how this just went down into the close and closed pretty much at the low of the day,
Mhm.
right? And that's rare. You know,
Would they
usually
have a silver
Go
to
ahead.
dollar chart?
silver to dollar
Like, could I
chart
change this to USD
to silver. Yeah.
to what is it? A something. AUD, right? No, that's a
I know
currency.
it's Australia.
I don't think they have a silver
Do
chart.
AG, just do AG.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
There's no.
It is one, but you have to.
All right.
But you see that sharp sell-off, and this is against the peso. So you could pull up any currency you want, and you can see how the sell-off goes against a stronger and burgeoning currency, right?
Mhm.
So if you might want to do it against the peso, you might want to do it against the yuan, you might want to do it against the euro, and you'll see sharp sell-offs. Closing at the low of the day is a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. Now, we went over those charts last month, where they slammed silver down, where it closed at the low of the day. And that's not normal. Usually it'll trade up. You know, you guys watch charts. It'll start here, it'll go up, it'll go down, and it'll kind of mint somewhere in the mid place, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is closed at the bottom of the day. So, you know, the inverse correlation of your gold and silver going up is that your fiat currency that you use is going down. So that's one thing, but we got to be happy about our investments in gold and silver and going up. And next week, the big thing about silver will be, can it hold? Can it turn its hard resistance into a solid support? So that's really the fight next week that they're going to have. And we will see starting with Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time when they open the trading. And we could see, you know, you got to watch it because they do weird things because that's a thinly traded market, you know, from 6 p.m. all the way to the real market opens at 9:30 Eastern time. That's a thinly traded market.
Mm-hmm.
And so little shenanigans can go on. Come on, Jamie Dimon, little shenanigans. But we're hoping that stays strong. Just hoping to stay strong. I want to show you one other thing. I just want to see if anybody had any questions in the chat. Everybody cool on the double witching.
Some people snuck in the room. So Bam is here. Shout out to Bam and
Yeah.
Cece. And Cousin Ty is here. Thank you so much for joining us, cousins.
So if you guys want to read up on that, I read that straight off of Investopedia. I mean, I've known about that for years. Sometimes it escapes your mind, but you know, keeping an eye on your double. But for traders, you know, that's a good thing if you're trying to get in and out of trades, take some profits and things like that. Keep an eye on double witching, and then you know you can follow your option contract volume on other websites where you can make sure that, okay, this volume at this price, right? Because that's what it's really about. Somebody taking an option contract at a certain price and you see the volume right there and you see the price action. If it's over it and looks like those are going to expire worthless, you'll see a lot of volume going on a double witching, and triple witching is even better.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be worse, you know, because if the price is in the right range, and you know, you'll see a lot of sell-offs and you see the price go down on that Friday.
But we'll check on it next month on the 17th.
Yeah, so double witching, triple witching, and then you have quadruple witchings that only happen 4 times a year. So those are really harsh, and you can get a lot of movement and a lot of volume for our traders and our investors. We just have silver. It's not like we're gonna sell like, oh boom, silver hasn't been this price since a long time, y'all. I've been in this game a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Silver has not been over $30 for a long time. I'm talking about a long time. I'm talking double-digit years. So yeah. So this is I'm jumping for joy to see this price. One more thing. Can we pull up the Bitcoin chart just because it has a correlation too?
Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin versus USD.
Okay.
Or MXN. either or. So this is Bitcoin today. What do we have it on? This is the 1-day chart.
Yeah.
So boom, 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 boom. Where we at?
Let me just fix it for them for how they see it.
Okay. So boom, 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 boom.
How they see it. That's y'all wrong the wrong day.
So 3:30. You see 3:30? You see that timestamp right there? 3:40. This is the spike. This is a spike. That's the spike. Right at the same time that people are selling off their expiring options on the New York Stock Exchange. Look how Bitcoin is spiked all the way to 67,442. Right. So, after the close of business, a little low and a little dip right here, but that's what Bitcoin do. It's going to trade. It's going to keep trading all night. Whereas the things that we're talking about as far as commodities, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium are not going to trade all night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So Bitcoin had that spike right there. And if you were a trader and you were looking at double witching, you might would have taken profits right there at the day's high if you could time it out with the selling off of expiring options. So, it's all stuff, you got to keep in mind as you're in this game, in this investment game. And but I'm happy for our precious metals investors. I'm happy for all of us. It's been a good day. Like I said, right off Investopedia, check out Double Witching. It gives you the dates. It's the third Friday of every month, excluding those months that I mentioned. Then you can check out your triple witchings, and then you can be ready for your quadruple witchings. And it helps you position yourself if you're trying to take profits, because sometimes you want to take profits, right?
Mm-hmm.
You done been sitting down somewhere from a certain price, and then you're like, hey, I want some profits. And
I got an Amazon cart full of stuff.
And you might want
profits.
You might want to take your profits and move it into something a little less volatile, or you're safe holding, or you might want to take your profits out of your precious metals and pop in and say, man, I'm gonna throw that into Bitcoin and see if we could boom, 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 exponential. So, it's different for everyone. Everybody got their own style, how they want to do it. And everybody has their own, risk averse, whether you're young, where you can take more chances, or you're older and you're just trying to really protect your funds, and anywhere in between. People are, that's why I say you really got to sit down with a financial advisor. But if you are Bitcoin heavy and or precious metals heavy, there are certain advisors that will just advise you in those areas, right? You can check out I Trust Capital, because they'll advise you. They'll help you in those areas of precious metals and Bitcoin and some other ones, Ethereum. I don't know all the ones they carry, but I think, XRP, I believe, and a few others. But, I just, so that's that, man. It's really interesting, thing. It's something weird, but it's something to keep your eye on. I'm glad it went our way for investors this double witching Friday. So let's see what happens. I guess next month is June, so
that is a triple.
That'll be a triple.
So we'll definitely do it that Friday.
We'll be ready for a triple witching and see what happens and see with these contracts, because it gives you time, 3 weeks. If silver and gold can keep moving up, the contracts have to go higher. You can't put a contract in at that hard former resistance at 30 and some change. If the price is going up, you got to get contracts closer to that price. So we will see. I used to watch option contracts action, back in the day, but it's kind of tedious and boring just to look at it and understand it. And you go over here and see it, because it's just, if you got the time to do it, you can learn a lot, and you can see the movement of what's going on, right? Conversely, Bitcoin, I always tell you, go over to Glassnode and do the SOPR chart, so spend output profit ratio chart, and check that chart, because you can see who's selling Bitcoin, who's buying Bitcoin. When I say who, I don't mean by name, but I just mean by age, right? So you can see if this was a new coin just bought, and it's sold, or if this was an older coin from an
That's
older
moving.
wallet moving around, right? So that's something you can say. It's boring stuff, y'all. It's boring stuff, and that's why it's hard to get a lot of people into it, right?
It's
like
peaceful.
into it deep, like in real deep, like I go deep, and so it's hard to get those kind of people. But we here for the community.
Family show.
We here for the community, so we can, if we are into it, we gonna bring back the information to you. That's what we are here to do. Go ahead, my beautiful wife.
I have nothing to say after your last comment.
No, I'm saying we really got to, on that sober chart, you really got to get real
That's
deep
not
into
what
that.
I'm talking about.
But let's see, man.
Cousin NCB is here. Cousin T is here. Cousin NCB said it's all about liquidity. So everybody's having an excellent double witching Friday.
Yes, ma'am. It is all about liquidity, and that's the market gets very liquid on these double witching and triple witching Fridays. It gets very liquid. A lot of money to be made. Now, see here now, I'm not gonna bang on my Robin Hooders because Robin Hood it has a utility, right? But when you get on these days with liquidity, as she said, and it's a lot of movement, you can't get your trades executed like you want to. The big dogs are getting their trades executed off rip, and Robinhood is front running your trades, and that was a big problem. They're selling you a more expensive trade than somebody else, right? And they have the option to do that if you read deep into terms and conditions, right? And so people have black boxes on the New York Stock Exchange floor. They get their trades executed immediately. So when you're trying to get in a situation where it's a lot of liquidity, your trades may not get executed at the price that you're trying to get it executed at. And if you're trying to use a thin margin, you may lose profits trying to do that. You hear people say when Bitcoin's moving one way or the other on Coinbase, they can't get the trade. Right? And Coinbase is just shut down. Too. Right? Yeah, Robinhood good for that. And you see that and just too many trades are coming in. And the big dogs, they get assigned first trades. And that's just that. Goldman Sachs trading desk gets first trade. JP Morgan trading desk in Manhattan, right down the street from the New York Stock Exchange, they get first dibs on the trade. And I mean, and people, if you really trading out here, y'all, you go on a place like, I like to use Webull or Webull. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I think he said Webull when I called that one day.
And they got
and he picked up from his house.
So you got let's say like you want to stock $40.10. Fine. But on the real stock, when you're selling it, there's more numbers behind the decimal point. So you might get 40, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then somebody will get a better price. And, it's small margins like that makes them money because they might be selling hundreds of thousands of shares and you're trying to sell 100 shares. And so you got to understand, I'm not banging on my Robinhooders. I still keep Robinhood. It has its utility.
NTB said that's why the GameStop crowd got stopped this week. That's not their first
GameStop was running this week, wasn't they?
They insist.
They was back. GameStop was back.
I'm back. Who's that, AZ?
That's AZ, yeah. They were back. I was surprised. I said, oh, no, GameStop's back. And, they tried to run into silver, too, and got shut down.
All the way down.
So I don't know if they're gonna try to run that one back.
Damn.
Run it back, y'all. And so liquidity is real deal, but the big dogs get the liquidity first, and you just try to get your cut, your share.
It's the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah. So anything we want to talk about now? Anybody want to pop in or ideas or things you had?
I just had a bar come to me, but I can't remember where it's from. That John.
Oh, see, Jake popped in. What's up,
cousin Jake? It says traders get the short end of the stick. Nobody. Y'all kill me when y'all write the word ain't. I get that y'all talk that way. He said nobody that ain't them has an advantage. Case in point, GameStop. They changed the games because they not winning. Pause them draws. Oh, bars, cousin, bars.
Yeah.
TWill line. They coming to Solana. It's on. Pay attention to SOL, good people.
Okay.
Cousin T, you could have just made that announcement live.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's liquidity. They're showing liquidity when they do things
Yeah,
like
they
that.
are.
And in the precious metals market, it's a fight because you're dealing with the big dogs.
Yeah.
He's talking about COMEX
And
contracts and
like
stuff
he
like
said,
that.
when is Joe Bag of Donuts winning?
Yeah, they don't like that.
They don't like that. They're gonna change the rule right now.
And understand, silver is very important. Silver, platinum, and palladium are very important because they are precious metals and they also are industrial metals. And that makes them, have dual importance, if you will. And I just read an article. I think I read it to you. Maybe
Let me tell y'all, he got
I think I read it
when
to
he
you.
sleep, like he doesn't sleep much. When he sleep, he goes into this deep sleep, right?
Yeah.
So this other Aaron, and I call it the astral realm, that he has this relationship with. I don't know if I like it, but it's me in a different dimension. So I'm like, okay.
It's a multiverse.
I
want to go into that.
It's me in the other dimension. So he'll have these whole conversations with her, and then come back like, yeah, we talked about this for about 2 hours the other night. And I'm looking at him like, we had no such conversation.
Y'all let me know in the chat if you want to talk about the multiverse. It's real.
If y'all have your girlfriends, wives, significant others, I don't have an other verse husband. It's you in the astral realm, but
man, you threw me off of what I was talking about anyway.
That was important to bring up.
Okay, I was talking.
But cousin T said something that was actually really interesting. I liked it.
He said what?
He said the founder changed it from Wall Street Bets to All Street Bets. I like that.
Oh, I like that.
And he said we coming for Solana. Cryptworks at Coinbase lets your transactions process if you pay that $30 a month membership. Oh, I get you. You got to pay the premium to get your stuff front run.
Oh, okay.
She said, y'all in the metaverse now.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you, Cryptwork. That's good to know. I don't mess with Coinbase anymore, but a lot of people like it, apparently.
But there's a lot of people who walked away from it.
This is true. I walked away from it. I wasn't feeling it after a while. So
now, I heard
I was done with them boys.
That Mr. Jones was Coinbase cryptocurrency Scarface.
No, but see, we
I heard.
But you got to remember, Mr. Jones was an accredited investor. He was an accredited investor, so he got in on it before it hit us.
I'm just repeating what I heard.
Well, I'm saying he got his piece before IPO.
Yeah, well, he said that too. I think.
And then the regular people.
He said from one IPO to the next one.
Yeah, he's an accredited investor. So,
but bars.
Yeah, he is an accredited investor. So
cryptocurrency Scarface.
He's gonna get in there early and get his. That's accredited investor.
Now, did he mean Brad or did he mean Scarface the character?
Say that again.
When he said cryptocurrency Scarface, did he mean Brad or did he mean Scarface the character?
Oh, he meant Scarface the character. Yeah.
Okay.
But
because Brad cool with it, so I would see the double, triple entendre.
Mm-hmm.
He cool with it, but he meant the actual.
Yeah, he meant
Say hello to my little friend.
Oni.
He said you got to set them limit orders on Coinbase.
Oh, good God.
Y'all gonna get liquidated. Y'all better stop messing around with the orders.
I can't with Coinbase anymore. But
I'm just giving money to people.
That's silver, so that's a big deal. That price action, because the all-time high is $50 and some change. So everywhere it's got a lot of They got a lot of upside. So keep stacking your silver for real. I mean, I know this is a Bitcoin show. You always stacking your Bitcoin. That's without a doubt,
But you should always be stacking silver too, if that's what you're into. I know cousin Tamadon dancing for joy today.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Getting that.
Cryptonomics should be dancing for joy today.
And then also that price. Understand when you have premium coins like an ASE, which is American Silver Eagle, Maple Leaf, Krugerrand, what else? Philharmonic. I'm missing some. But when you got those Libertards, you get high premium on those things. I didn't look at the price action today on AppMex if you wanted to buy like an American Silver Eagle, but you might get $7.99 premium on that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you actually might be selling the coin for close to $40 if you want to liquidate. And you might have bought it back when it was $19 and say that's a double.
And we got coins we bought at like $8.
Yeah, so you can say that's a double.
Cousin T said, I told my CPA I use DEXs. She told me that's dangerous and can get me in legal trouble. Hey, cousin Shango.
That's funny, but
That's hilarious.
don't get in legal trouble.
Stay out of trouble,
Stay out
cousin.
of trouble, man.
We don't want to spend our Bitcoin money on
On bail, yeah.
bail.
So that was it was a fun day. We were busy. I seen the morning as it started. I said, okay, let's see how this day's gonna go, because it started up, like popped up with the liquidity, like she said, with the volume. If you go look at the volume and you see it popped up, and it said, all right, we had to go run some errands, take care of some things. And so when I got back, it was like bang, bang, and it just popped right up, closed. I said, good. And I was happy it popped up like that for everything. Gold, and silver, what else? Platinum, palladium, and Bitcoin. And the US dollar took a nosedive. And for us, that's a sad, because we have to leverage the dollar against the peso, which is strengthening a little bit. If you had to take your dollar somewhere, Argentina, as we talked about last time, is their peso so weak they have to put out a $10,000 peso note because stuff costs so much.
The inflation.
And 10,000 pesos is 10 US dollars. So you can understand, if you go out shopping and stuff, you need a whole bunch of 10,000 notes.
You need $10,000.
Yeah.
You need $20,000. Buy some eggs.
Yeah, their inflation is crazy.
Like, why?
And I don't know what the president that I read is sitting president now, just got in office in December.
Ooh.
So, kind of
came into a mess.
Yeah, mess in his lap, and you see what you can do.
Hey, you volunteered to run for that office.
Yeah, you need to go take a meeting with President Bukele and see if you could get something going.
Do something. Shout out to cousin Shango. Cousin Shango, I hope you're feeling better. I am certainly coming down with something, y'all. I've been fighting it for days now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wake up feeling like crap, but
yeah. See, so that's another thing. And not to get off the topic, but that's another thing about tequila. It has a healing factor. Right, so you don't come down with sore throats and stuff. It helps your throat, and so it's for healing. It comes from the plant of agave, which is a healing plant, cousin to the aloe vera plant.
We don't ask for money, but Aaron about to ask y'all to pray for her, because this is the stuff that I have to deal with.
But I don't get sick, so I don't know. Maybe it's me. And but it is cousin to the aloe vera plant. What do we use aloe vera for? You get a nice burn, right? Somebody want to go break the plant off and rub that oil on the burn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. It's the cousin. This is just instead of rubbing it on, you just drinking it, and it's healthy. It's
you can drink aloe vera. It's good for your GI.
Yeah,
intestinal.
It's appetite suppressant, and it keeps your blood sugar relative. It keeps your blood sugar down.
Right? I need some pineapple.
Because when you drink that other stuff, man, like rum and all that, it comes from sugar cane. Runs your blood sugar all the way up.
Cousin NCB said in the U.S., the Senate just passed a bill for banks to be able to custody crypto. Y'all favorite president says he will veto, but last week we'll see, because it passed both the Senate and the House decisively.
Oh, okay. Now, there we go. We got some movement right there. That sounds interesting.
It's an election year. He ain't gonna do nothing.
I didn't catch that, man. And so that's interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that.
Cousin Will, 45. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and so as we go out here and build our stack and build our satoshis, we just want to be cognizant of the things that's happening around us with the big dogs. The big dogs out here moving money around and making the price move up and down. So we got to make sure we are in position that we need to be. And so we've been dollar cost averaging since the beginning of the year. You pull up the Bitcoin chart, I guess the year started about 40-something thousand, low 40s. We're up in the high 66. So even if you bought there and you thought you was buying at the top, like, nah, you wasn't. It just went up. The number go up. Same thing with silver. I think at the beginning of the year, I had to look at the silver chart, but it was down in the 20s, 22s, 23s, something like that. And now you see it at 31, which is a big move for a precious metal. Understand precious metals don't move like that. But it's a correlation. Your dollar will go down as precious metals go up. So even as you're seeing it now, you're seeing precious metal go up, your dollars losing more and more value. And you got to keep an eye on the dollar charts. And you keep an eye on the dollar charts. See where they're going.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
So NCB is part of the squad, BK Crypto Squad.
Oh, okay.
If I'm
What's
not
up, squad?
mistaken, he's a Guyanese. Wapnin Bana.
What's up, man?
Cousin Shangle says, I seriously hope you feel better. I feel okay, right? Other than that, it's bothering me.
Well,
I feel okay,
the
but
squad is over there in
Brooklyn.
They over there.
Baby.
Yeah, they was over there where my homeboy was from. I can't remember the name now.
Flatbush?
Yeah, Flatbush, somewhere over there. Friend of the show, to live Kweli. So I think he was from Flatbush and over in that area. And moved around like that,
Yeah, okay. So,
Yeah.
yep, he's a Guyanese.
Yeah.
All right.
Where did he say he
right.
was at?
He just said what's going on there.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
brethren.
Flatbush.
Brethren thing.
And so, what's up?
What's up, Bitcoin Shango? But we just this was a bonus show, so we're not going to stay on too long because we still have to do our regular live tomorrow. As usual, I think the bonus shows too kind of get us on target.
But this was a good show, and chime in the chat if you guys got time. If you know about your silver or your Bitcoin, your uptick today.
There's 47 people in the room at the 46-hour mark, 47-hour mark, 47-minute mark, not hour mark. It is a little after 6 on the East Coast. We're just gonna take some comments and stuff just in case you guys wanna. Crip Work just got home from work.
Oh, he's got home from work.
She's gonna join us tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow.
Because they didn't expect us to come on. So.
Nah, this was.
Y'all be like him ready tomorrow. I want some cousins coming in, popping in the room.
I came this morning and I said, "Oh man, it's a double." I thought it might have been triple witching, and then we had to go. Yeah, we had to go double check, and it was
him and Reggie.
Yeah, that's my son.
And that's why it's important to get whoever you can possibly get involved. I read a beautiful Facebook, and Bam is still on. Bam took the day off, took his wife to lunch. They talked about microeconomics. They looked at her stock portfolio. They looked at some options and stuff. And again, a husband. What did I say?
You said options, but stock.
Oh, stock options. I'm sorry.
To make it clear.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
That's a husband pouring into his wife, right? Too many of us are saying they're not seeing that, and it's like, I don't know why it ain't on your timeline. It's on mine, but. There's also shenanigans on my timeline too, right? I'm not being a timeline snob. There's lots of shenanigans on there. But I just wanted to shout that out because I think that's beautiful, right? My husband does that with me. That's Tuesday afternoon for us, but I like to see it in other couples. So shout out to Bam and CC for that.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to the fam, the Hardwick fam.
He said cousin Jay said I would, but I got the baby. You take care of my little baby Bitcoin.
I would jump in.
NCB said all markets looking good right now. The U.S. can't even afford paying back its debt now. Liquidity will continue to flow in all asset market.
Yeah.
America in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of liquidity moving around. It's a lot of trouble coming.
I almost feel like they forcing the trouble at this point.
A lot of trouble coming. I don't know who the new president's gonna be, but whoever it is going to walk into a mess. That's just what it is.
If it's the current president, he's used to just not caring about it.
Because the world is making moves, and the United States is not getting involved. So who is their allies? They've allied with the EU. The EU is looking to go to the BRICS, right? Did I talk about Mexico? Did we talk about Mexico?
You talking about China and the cars?
Yeah.
No, you didn't mention it.
So there's a story out, and you guys probably heard it before. China has a deal with Mexico where they're going to build a 2,100 acre complex.
21,000?
I thought it was 2,100, but hey, add one more zero, and it's a way that they can usurp the sanctions that were put on China by former President Donald Trump, where his 100% was a tariffs.
Yeah.
And so now what they'll do is they'll just run it through Mexico and get EV credits and get the money back from the United States because they're making all these EV cars and stuff like that. And so China linked up with Mexico. Now you're like, well, what does that mean? Well, Mexico is one of, if not the United States' biggest trade partner, right? They're right there. So if they're linking up with Mexico, one of your biggest trade partners, now you got a problem because it's getting closer and closer to your homeland, and you can't even do anything about it because you signed this deal.
The
And
NAFTA agreement.
well, you signed an NAFTA, yeah. So now you would have to break the deal, and then but you would lose a lot of imports and stuff that you get from Mexico, and Mexico will have linked up with China. And China, these are acts of war. Look how close they get to the borders in the United States with these things to hamper the U.S. and hamper the U.S. dollar. Look how close they get. They're right there. They're right there on your doorstep.
Shout out to Chloe Dior. Thank you
Okay,
so
what's
much
up,
for
Chloe?
joining. I love seeing new cousins in the room.
Yeah, what's up, Chloe? Shout out. Shout out to Chloe, homie. Who else in here?
I'm about to like spontaneously combust on y'all
Yeah,
in
it's a
this
little hot
room.
today.
Is it hot? Oh, it's not just me then?
Yeah, it's a little hot.
Oh, okay. I thought it was menopause.
And the bridge is
That's
falling down.
crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Elon pulled out. Pause. Elon pulled out. China moved in, and now Elon making big moves in China. The London Bridge is falling down. Yes, it is.
So you see, China is the biggest.
Elon moved out of Mexico.
Yeah, China is the biggest mover on the BRICS nations against the United States. You see all these, it says BRICS. When you read the articles, it says BRICS are going to do this, BRICS are going to do that.
But China is the
but it's
head
China.
chef.
It's the China
in
who's
this
doing
recipe
it.
of disaster.
Yeah, it's China all day long. And what's crazy is when you go back to that forum that we talked about, can you remember what it was called? At OPEC? Was it OPEC? No, OPEC, that's the oil.
APEC, because it's Asian.
That's the oil one. It was APEC. And they came to, I believe, San Francisco in, was it January?
Baby, don't start.
Okay, my bad,
into
y'all.
this.
But anyway, APEC is a I can't remember what it stands for.
Asian Pacific Export something. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up, cousins.
So they came to San Francisco, right?
Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation.
So they came. This APEC forum was in San Francisco. So if you watch the video of it, you see the president, the leader of China. He's coming through, you know, in his SUV, and they got the street lined with Chinese flags. Just lined with like it was China. Then you see him being all buddy with President Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said they act like they got beef in the streets, but behind closed doors, them mugs kiss each other
Right.
up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Diddy style, but they greet each other with the kiss.
And so, yeah, there's no horror. There's nothing.
It's not personal. It's just business.
Yeah, and so China's moving hard and heavy on the United States, and people should see that. People should see that, man. These are acts of war. These are acts of war. They're trying to destabilize your currency and bring in their currency, which I'm not sure what it's going to be. If they're just going to straight up bring in the yuan, but a lot of people say, like Raoul Pal, you know, a great macro economist.
Economist,
let me get it together. He said they want to bring in a basket of currencies. That's what they say. I don't know, as they say. What's wrong?
He said kissing on the mouth. I ain't say all of that.
Oh yeah, they was looking. It was looking weird, man. And
that little French kiss.
Yeah, y'all should be mortal enemies. Is the way they treating your country.
He said y'all overthinking that Chinese EVs might not ever come to the USA. They won't even let highway. Yeah, they're banned from the market. So I don't think they will let a rolling computer, meaning the car. We'll see. That's their plans. We're just telling you what they planning.
Yeah, that's their plan.
There's 50 people in the room.
That's their plan. That's what they want to do. I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off, but whether they are or they're not, they are pushing right at your border with the things they want to do. And so it's getting close. You guys remember Bay of Pigs and all that stuff? You know, Cuba and the problems and Russia coming down and having Cuba, and they were scared. They were having nuclear weapons right there, because Cuba's 90 miles from Miami. So getting close.
So NCB said the U.S. Trojan horse are stable coins. Congress is trying to pass stablecoin regulation. The reputable stable coins like USDT and USDC capture most of the market. I can smoke a bag of that.
I mean, I get you. I get you. People still getting paid in U.S. dollars. They still got to go to the store and spend U.S. dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So if your dollar is being destabilized, the dollar that you go buy eggs, milk, bread, the dollar that you pay for gasoline is being destabilized, it's still a problem. And it is an act of war.
What's the number? You say hi to you walk in the
Act of
room.
war.
That is a room.
War.
Say good afternoon, family. I was not raised in the barn. My mom and daddy taught me to say hello when I walk in the room.
Interrupt your conversation.
That's okay. You can stop by and say hello to your cousins.
I can't fill up the water bottle.
Okay, baby. They are backed by U.S. bonds and treasuries. The U.S. will pass regulation that says any stable coin that is backed by the U.S. dollar will need to be backed by the U.S. Treasury and bonds.
Oh my goodness. Does that feel comfortable to you guys?
Hell no. Hell to the no, as Nippy was saying.
I mean, if you guys understand what treasury bonds are and how they work, I don't know, man. That's not anything I want my money backed by, especially now, because people are switching from treasury bonds over to other things like Bitcoin. But yeah, at least it's backed by something.
We want you to take this nothing that's backed by nothing and back it by more nothing.
Right.
Well, we want you to back it by some more of nothing. That's how the U.S. plans on getting out of debt. The U.S. military bombs. We ain't even backed by that because retention is the lowest it's been.
So check out a video. Check out a video if you can find it. It's a short video by Raul Powell. He says you got about 6 years to make some money because he said 2030.
We're in trouble.
We're in trouble. So everybody be ready. And we did a show on that called The Fourth Turning. And The Fourth Turning, it was an intricate show, so I can't really go all the way into it. But the fourth turning will happen in the area of 2030. I can't go into it. It just makes the show too long, and she don't want the show to go long.
Crit Work told me to go get a cold towel and put it on the back of my neck. I'm about to take this whole cap off.
Right.
so the crown of my head can breathe.
Yeah, the fourth turning's coming up, and it's coming. Everybody, they got their forecast. Kathy Wood and who else?
Everybody, all the triple OGs are
Max
preparing.
Kaiser, Plan B has
for
his
disaster.
Chart, right? So when you see $1 million Bitcoin, yay, jumping for joy. But you got to understand how destabilized the dollar or whatever currency they might flip in the interim is worthless. These currencies are worthless. It's used for transactional, but don't hold any wealth in them, right? That's the thing. They met all the tenets of money except they weren't scarce, no scarcity in these currencies because you could print into perpetuity.
My cousin Shango, he gotta go.
Okay, Shango, see you on the next one.
We're about to be out ourselves because again, this was just a bonus show. We're gonna have our regularly scheduled shows tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna run the show. Cousin T did fight for you guys to be able to join us live. So I will absolutely make sure that link is available for you guys. You do need to be on YouTube in order to gain the link.
Yeah.
So that you can have access to the room. I don't know why it doesn't work on the other bridges. It just doesn't. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay stacking, stay stacking, stay stacking. We have 49 people at the 58-minute mark.
Happy Double Witching Friday.
We thank you guys so much for your support, for hopping in the lives, for watching, for joining. We love you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow.